Okay, welcome back to the channel. And we got Daisy out in the garage today. So you can see if you look behind me on the other side of the Sportster, the 81 is off the table. Got a couple small things I got to do. I had a leak on one of the calipers that I didn't have tight enough. Those Performance Machine calipers have two O-rings in it, and I didn't have them quite sealed right, so it leaked the fluid out. So I got to redo the front brake. The right turn signal has an issue with the ground. I have those set on Deutsch plugs, so I got to redo that. So it's something minor. So you saw in one of the short videos the motor running. I am going to do another. I am going to do another video outside once I gets a little bit warmer weather, probably the middle of the week. We'll do a test run on the bike. I still got to put it up and adjust the front end, do the swing test on the front end. But mainly this video is to kind of talk about the next project. So the next project is actually going to be this Sportster right here. So it's a 98 Sportster. Let me tell you a little bit about it because it's got kind of an interesting history of it. That started out as a rental bike. Now if you watch my videos, I might have talked about it before. Unfortunately, I live in Massachusetts. And back in 2000, I want to say 2002, we went out to Cape Cod. We ran across this business that was renting Harleys. And they had two Sportsters out there. Two 1998 883 Sportsters. Now, the first Harley actually I ever owned was a 71 XLH. And I told my wife, I said, it'd be nice to get another Sportster. Because at that time I had a 2000 Ultra and I had a 65 FLH. She had not bought the Deluxe yet. She didn't have her own bike yet. So I said, it would be kind of cool if we got another Sportster. You know, I met my wife when I had that Sportster. It'd be kind of nice to just kind of cruise around a little bit like we did back in, late 70s. So I picked it up. We rode around on it and it just wasn't, we weren't the same size. Let's put it this way. We weren't the same sizes that we were in 1979. So they did have two of those. The first one I bought was a blue one. And I went back and I said, let's go back and buy the second bike, which was the black one, which turns out that's what this one was. So I got back and I'm like, yeah, I really want a 71 XLH, which is what I had. I didn't really care for the 98 all that much. So I sold off the one that I bought and we kept this one. And I think it was 2003, 2004, somewhere in that time frame. I said, let's do this bike up. So I took the cylinders off. I put a 1200 kit on it. I set got new fenders, new tank. They were sent out to a local shop that I still go to today, and they did the paint on it. So the paint on this, how we came with this color, because this is actually my wife's bike. So how we came to that color is that in the shop that they had a entryway that went to the back of the shop, and they had these blue beads hanging down. And she goes, "Oh, I want that. I like that color there." So it turns out that this is a candy apple blue, and they put silver ghost flames in it, and they shot clear coat over it. So this paint job is probably 23, 24 years old, which looks as good today as it did when we got it. But I did a 1200 kit on this bike because this originally, like I said, was an 883. We changed the front wheel, we changed the rear wheel, changed the speedometer. Of course, there's a new Dakota digital gauge up there, put braided lines on it, chrome controls. But this bike needs a update. It needs not an upgrade, but basically an update. I haven't done anything to this bike in probably 20 years. So I think what we're going to do with this bike, we got to take the front end apart. We're going to change the head bearings on it. We're going to change the fork oil. I would like to find a place to relocate this coil. This coil is right above the front cylinder, and it gets really heat soaked a lot. So if you have one of those Sportsters that have this coil on it and it won't start, a lot of times it's that coil gets hot and it gets heat soaked. Now last year, she rode this and we got to a restaurant and she went over a speed bump and the bike died. So we didn't really think a whole lot of it. We went in, ate, came back out, bike started all right up. She drove it about 2 miles and the bike died again. We couldn't get it started. So I replaced the ignition in it with a Dynatec 2000i ignition. I replaced the coil and it seems to be okay. But it definitely needs some upgrade. The seals for the push rods are shot. They've been shot for a couple of years now. So we're going to take the push rods out. This does have adjustable push rods in it. And we're going to go through the electrical system. We're going to, obviously change the fork oil. We take the front end apart. We're going to have to adjust the push rods. We're not going to be doing a whole lot. I'm not going to be taking this bike down at the frame like I have on the other bikes. But it does need some maintenance that has not have been done for years. We'll probably replace some of these braided lines. It's got steel braided lines that are kind of yellowed, so I'd like to upgrade those to some newer ones that aren't yellowed so much. And I do want to try to find a kit that I can relocate this coil to the left side of the bike in the middle by the motor mount instead of having it right over this head, right over the front cylinder. So I'm trying to think what else we're going to do. Now, this is not the original fenders. When I wanted to paint it, I bought a new tank, I bought new fenders. I sold off the original tank that was on there and the fenders. I might still have some parts. I think I actually still have the front forks up there for this bike. We put chrome lowers on it. I think pretty much that's it. That's all we did to it. It definitely needs a new seat. The seat's got a rip in it, so we definitely get a new seat. So I'm not going to be doing an extensive rebuild of this bike like I have the 81 and the 76. We're going to do some upgrades to it and get this bike running. Another thing that I wanted to do is I want to put floorboards on it. I did take away the mid controls on this bike back in 2007. We went to Myrtle Beach in 2006 and I did buy these forward controls and I've never really liked it. I would ride this bike a lot more if it had floorboards. I'm a floorboard type of person. I've always had electric glides. I've always had a bike with floorboards. I don't like the fact that I have to put my feet up here. So I am going to put floorboards on this bike, and I think we're going to go back to the mid controls like this bike had. Probably replace the rear master cylinder on it. And I think maybe that's going to be it. And when I'm going to start this project, I have no idea. I have so much work to do outside this year. What do you need? I don't know what I'm going to get to it, but this is going to be the next project that I'm going to be working on out here. So I really would like to find another 71 XLH, and I've seen several of them online over the years, but I want one that's basically a basket case. I want one that's just nothing but parts. I can go pick it up in my trailer and I can rebuild it and put it back together. Probably not to ride, but just, again, that was my first Harley, was a 71 XLH. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We'll do another video on the 81 when I finally take that out for its first ride. Like I said, I'm going to put this up, not on the table, but I'm going to do a swing test on the front end to adjust the front end. We'll get that done in the next couple of days. I'll do the right turn signal ground. We'll get that done. I've got some family stuff coming up here the next few days, so that won't happen probably till next week anyway. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.